Okay, a summary about there are plenty of irregularities inside that report. I looked at that. There were a couple of irregularities in there. For once, we paid over R500,000 of S&Ts to those customers. Some of that money has been spent on certain, I think on 8 community halls, which I only think 4 or 5 are being completed. Still there's not been completed. I asked you questions of why, those questions, what happens to the money. I know for a fact there are problems. That money was not spent in terms of that constitution or to the benefit of the community.
So what is very shame for us, because when the dam was flooded, we got our ancestors just down there, but we didn't manage to take him out. So we as the Zulus, we like to recall the Minister of Water to come and apologize. So because people are very frustrated about this.
Not a free right to us, because we always worry. We worry about we need the bonds for my father or for my mother, like that. But we don't know where they're going to. Till today, we don't know. Myself, I lost 3 bonds. My son and my 2 grandsons. Myself. That's all.
I think the Inanda case is one of worst case scenarios, because when communities are removed in terms of the well-commissioned dams, obviously there should be a proper burial place where communities have to come together and they have to once again say goodbye to the ancestral spirits. In the case of Inanda, that opportunity was not given. The graves were exhumed, the bodies were exhumed. I'm told they were taken in small coffins and they were just thrown in just one big hole, one big grave. That is not the way Africans do, because a person is buried individually. We don't have a mass grave in Africa.
Our ancestors, okay, they are so important to such an extent that if there is something wrong in this house, if my wife is sick, if my daughter is sick, if anybody is sick, okay, if any strange things happen, we go to a grave, okay, we pray. Okay. From there, we feel before Jesus Christ or before God answered or helps us, He should get power from our ancestors. Since we don't know as to where these dead bodies or bones were buried, we can't go anywhere. We can't pray. Even God cannot answer us, because He has to answer our prayer via our ancestors.
Communities are given an opportunity to visit the graves, to speak through their ancestors. That's how Africans do all over Africa. They speak through the spirits, which by visiting the graves. And unfortunately, when another dam was constructed, the African people were robbed of their customary practice of talking to their ancestors, of talking to God through their ancestors. They were robbed that opportunity. And it's one of the calamities of the construction of Inanda Dam.
They called us to say we must come back and identify the graves so that they can exhume them. Okay, but they didn't tell us where they were going to rebury them. That was the problem.
That is why the communities are saying, in order to bring about the reconciliation between them and their ancestors, we need a memorial plaque. They suggested that to the minister, that they need a memorial plaque. They need a cleansing ceremony to say to the ancestors, we are sorry that injustice was done to you.
This ceremony is not something easy, because you have to call all the relatives, friends. You have to ensure that they're there. You have to slaughter a goat, and you have to slaughter a cow. You have to have some beers, Once you go there to talk to the ancestors, because we believe even they're not there, but their life is still there under the water, we'll talk on the water, then we'll come back to say, this is where we are now. We will show them where we are now. Because as far as we're concerned, they don't know where we are.